me to walk and to help you? Yeah.
You're gonna want to buy one.
Okay, here's a plan.
Time. I love that job.
Admire and Frank?
Yeah, I was a transfer boy pushing a little cart, four-wheeled cart, picking up stuff from the drug department, taking it to the mail order department, and it had ragged edges on the corners, and every so often I'd snag some woman's silk stockings. So I felt pretty bad about that, because I was trying to be a perfect transfer boy. So I got some friction tape, and I put tape on them that jagged edges of the corners, so if I bumped into women in my haste, it didn't snag their stockings. I thought that was very ingenious. That's how I rose to become president of this gigantic mall here. And I'm glad that you were able to visit it. It's my crowning moment.
Have you thought about renaming it after yourself?
I thought about that, but the board of directors thought that was a little bit too much. So they said, just call it the Southcenter.
Yeah.
But
didn't you used to hunt ducks down here where
I used to hunt ducks, yeah. This used to be a bean field that we were sitting right here. I even unbedaxed bean field, and I rented Timothy's dog for 50 cents a day. What's his name? Tiger
Richard
Button?
Tiger.
Yeah, Richard Tiger.
He made you pay to use his dog?
Yeah. And the beans had been already picked, so we didn't hurt anything running around. I used to shoot at ducks, but never hit one. It was just too smart for me. So,
this is so big, but look at all the people. You know, I can't believe it. That many people are here.
I know, these people used to be up in Burien until the airport. All these people used to be in Burien.
I know they did. They're all from Burien.
My plan is to build one up there now. But the trouble is, they're going to push it into the bay with the bulldozer. Anything else you want to know?
Does the trees move and make the wind blow?
One problem getting here is this whole plateau here has got channels, and the water, you walk across it, you aren't careful, step on those channels, but when the water's in there, you step on those channels, you end up your chin. You only, because the tide from the river fills those big channels up with water.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous.
It's a pretty strange story.
It is.
Yeah.
Think I made that up?
Yeah.
It's a diamonds relief.
Yeah.
You got that for Christmas one year, didn't you?
I remember that.
Timothy never has any money.
Well, no, that's not true.
Oh.
He usually does have money, but he doesn't have his ID with him to use a credit card.
Oh.
And so that's why I needed cash. And I didn't bring my wallet.
I used to go up the Epic all the time when Beth was a waitress. I never had any money.
Yeah.
So I just put it on the till. But I never paid it. And so I didn't discover until after we were married that she would pay it herself.
Well, they called last week. You owe them $4,200.
Oh.
That's just for the coffee and all the sugar that you put in your coffee.
Does it help if I have a guilty conscience?
Yeah. It does.
the stocking department, and the perfume department.
I bet they did.
The elevator out there.
I had a date.
Even, did you get some dates after that?
He loves it. He loves it. He hasn't had this opportunity to do that in a long time.
He's got, my job was to go to all the departments on the main floor and gather up these plastic bags, purple bags from different stations that sold these cosmetics and drugs. Put them in this box on wheels and take them down to the mail order department. People come in and buy them and they wouldn't take them home. They'd buy them and have the store mail them to them or deliver them. That's my job. And I was so fast weaving that box through the crowds of women that my floor manager called me Shifty Gonzalez because I was like a halfback, running back. It was very good. And
Never hit anybody.
occasionally. And occasionally I snag some stockings. But it's a good experience for me. And that's true too.
Didn't you go down to the pastries floor?
Well, when I was in the elevator once, pastry was up on the 10th floor. But they cooked the stuff down on the basement, lower level. And I was in the elevator once, and there was a whole gigantic rack layers of pastries, and just beautiful. And I never had anything like that before in my life. And in the elevator there was Sam Cooper, who happened to be the one of the executives, efficiency expert or something. And I rode up in the elevator with him, and he didn't say a word to me, but he watched my eyeballs bugging out till we get to the 10th floor. And I started to get out of the elevator, and he says, "Wait a minute." He says, "Which one of those would you like?"
There was a pastry cart in the elevator.
Yeah. "Which one of those would you like?" So I pointed at one, dazzled me, and I started to gulp it down. He says, "Oh, hold it," he says. "Learn to savor the flavors. Take a bite, feel the goodness of it, taste the goodness of it, and then slowly consume the rest of it, thinking about how good the flavor is and remember it," which I did. It was terrible because I wanted to gulp it. I'd never eaten one of those before. So it was a good lesson for me. Older people like to give lessons to young people.
You're still a gulper.
I know.
In fact, weren't you in the Gulf War?
When I was
In the Gulf War, weren't you?
I loved to. I said, old people like to give lessons to young people, and I got in the elevator one morning, main elevator. I was always one of the first ones in the store in the morning. And there was a guy in the store, about 5 feet tall. His name was Sam Joseph, and he was some sort of an executive. And we're riding up in the elevator, and he says to me, "Young man," "Yes." "Do not judge your job by a yardstick." "Okay, I'll try not to." Then I got off the advertising floor. We got offices are up above us. I'd never forgotten that, and I wanted to tell some of our employees that when we want them to do something beyond what their job description would call for. We didn't have job descriptions in those days. I wanted to tell them that story because it was good advice. So I learned to just do anything they asked me to do and volunteer for work. So I could have been president of that store before I became president of this one.
You see, owns the small.